Hello everybody, Vibes of a Wildlife here. Welcome to another video where we dive into the heart, humor, and unexpected life lessons from the animal kingdom. Ah, bats, those flying creatures that pop up every Halloween, scaring the living daylights out of people. But what if I told you that bats are more like the misunderstood cool kids of the night? You see, bats have been getting a bad rap for centuries. But the truth is, they're nature's pest control experts, saving our summer nights by devouring thousands of mosquitoes. Yeah, you're welcome. And let's squash another myth. Those so-called vampire bats, please. They've got way better taste. They're not after us. They're just tiny gourmet blood sippers who prefer cows. Plus, bats can see just fine, thank you very much. That whole blind as a bat thing, total nonsense. They've got their own built-in sonar system that's cooler than anything you've ever seen in a spy movie. Now, when it comes to Halloween, they're more like the mysterious, darkly stylish mascots that bring the whole spooky vibe together. But instead of being the villains, maybe it's time we see them for the nocturnal heroes they truly are. So, before you get freaked out by these misunderstood creatures of the night, take a deep breath and appreciate their swagger. Yeah, that's correct. Swagger. Before we begin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the mysterious vibes of the super cool Dark Knight. Straight off, let's talk about one of bats' coolest superpowers. They're basically nature's very own pest control experts. While we're swatting away mosquitoes like it's some kind of Olympic sport, bats are out there doing the heavy lifting. These little night flyers can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in a single hour. Yep, that's right. While you're enjoying a nice summer evening, bats are silently working behind the scenes to keep the skies bug-free. I mean, who needs toxic bug sprays when you've got a whole team of bats on duty? Think about it. Without bats, we'd be up to our eyeballs in insects. These guys are like the unsung heroes of our outdoor adventures. While you're enjoying that bonfire or camping trip, bats are out there pulling an all-nighter, feasting on all the mosquitoes, moths, and beetles that would otherwise ruin our vibe. Talk about a public service. And here's the kicker, they do it all for free. So next time you're basking in the bug-free bliss of the great outdoors, give a little mental high five to the bats keeping it that way. Honestly, if that's not cool, I don't know what is. These little bug-zapping ninjas have been quietly handling our insect problems for centuries, and we barely give them any credit. Instead of freaking out at the sight of them, maybe we should start sending them thank you cards, or at least not scream every time they fly by. On second thought, if you have to scream, scream thank you. Alright, let's address the elephant, or should I say vampire, in the room. You've probably heard the legends of vampire bats swooping down to feast on unsuspecting victims, right? Well, Hollywood might love that narrative, but in reality, these little guys are more like picky gourmet blood connoisseurs than rampaging monsters. Let me clear something up. Vampire bats aren't interested in turning us into their next undead minion. They actually prefer to dine on cattle or the occasional bird, not humans. It's like they're flying into a 5-star restaurant and asking for the steak, not the people at the next table. My goodness. And when I say dine, I'm talking about a tiny nibble. Vampire bats don't drain their prey dry like some horror movie villain. They take a couple of tablespoons of blood and call it a night. And get this, their saliva even has an anticoagulant that helps keep the blood flowing smoothly. If anything, they're the most polite dinner guests nature has to offer. They slip in, take a sip, and vanish into the night without causing too much trouble. So, the next time someone tries to spin a spooky tale about bloodthirsty bats hunting humans, just remember they've got much better taste than that. Vampires? Please. Bats have far cooler things to do. Let's crush another bat myth while we're at it, the idea that bats are blind. You've heard the saying, blind as a bat, right? Well, Channel 9 News Flash, it's completely bogus. Bats can see perfectly well, thank you very much. In fact, some species of bats can see better than humans in low light conditions. That whole blind thing is just one of those rumors that stuck around way too long, kind of like bell-bottom jeans. Wait, are they the same thing as wide-leg jeans? Never mind, I digress. So why the confusion? It's probably because bats rely on their other cool superpower, echolocation. That's right, while we humans are fumbling around in the dark, bats are out there using their built-in sonar system to navigate like total pros. They send out sound waves and listen for the echoes to tell them exactly where objects are. It's like having night vision goggles, but way more impressive. And guess what? Even with their high-tech echolocation, they still use their perfectly good eyesight, especially when hunting or avoiding obstacles. I mean, why not use both if you got them? Period. In short, bats are anything but blind. They're the multitaskers of the animal kingdom, using both sight and sound to own the night. So the next time someone tries to tell you bats can't see, just smile and give them a friendly reminder that bats can probably see better in the dark than most of us can in broad daylight. Ain't that something? Now, let's talk about why bats get prime real estate every Halloween. I mean, they're basically the official mascots of spooky season, right? You see them in decorations, flying out of haunted houses, and let's not forget every single vampire movie ever made. But here's the twist. Bats didn't sign up for the creepy gig. In reality, they're not the eerie, spine-chilling creatures we make them out to be. They're just misunderstood, flying night legends who happen to be active when the rest of the world is asleep. Their connection to Halloween is more about their nocturnal lifestyle than any real horror show. Sure, they come out at night and hang upside down in caves, that part's true. But instead of being these lurking creatures of darkness, they're actually nature's low-key night shift workers. While we're over here screaming about ghosts and ghouls, bats are just minding their own business, eating bugs, pollinating plants, and making sure our ecosystem doesn't fall apart. They're like the ultimate chill, mysterious vibe that Halloween decorations wish they could capture. Dark and mysterious? Sure. Scary? Not so much. To be honest, bats do have the whole dark and brooding aesthetic nailed down, but they're more like the cool, misunderstood rebel who you secretly want to be friends with. So next time you spot a bat-themed Halloween decoration, just remember, they're not the bad guys of the night. They're just enjoying their moment in the spooky spotlight. Cooler than scary? Absolutely. So, what have we learned? Bats are nature's pest control experts, quietly saving us from a mosquito apocalypse every night. The whole vampire thing? Please, bats have way better taste and would much rather snack on livestock than you. And let's not forget, they can see just fine. Thank you very much, especially with their superhero level echolocation. As Halloween's mascots, they've embraced the spooky spotlight, but with a twist, they're more cool and mysterious than actually scary. So, before you go labeling them as Halloween's creepiest creatures, remember, bats deserve a little more love for the awesome creatures they truly are. If you enjoyed learning how cool bats really are, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, may your nights be bat-friendly and mosquito-free.